Am I the only one that didn't know mirrors could hold secrets? Secrets that go beyond mere reflections, secrets that whisper and beckon, secrets that can change the very fabric of reality. In the fog-drenched town of Eldridge, there was an antique shop with a mystical reputation. This town, shrouded in mist and mystery, held stories that were passed down through generations, tales of the supernatural and the unexplained. Eldridge was a place where the past and present seemed to merge, where the air was thick with the weight of forgotten memories. Run by the enigmatic Agatha, it was rumored to sell objects that held fragments of forgotten lives. Agatha herself was a figure of intrigue, with eyes that seemed to see through time and a presence that commanded both respect and fear. Her shop was a labyrinth of curiosities, each item with its own story, its own history, waiting to be discovered. One rainy afternoon, Clara wandered in, drawn to a peculiar, ornate mirror. The rain had driven her inside, but it was the mirror that held her attention. It stood in a corner, almost as if it were hiding, waiting for the right person to find it. Clara felt an inexplicable pull towards it, a connection she couldn't quite understand. The mirror was captivating, framed in silver vines that seemed to move when observed closely. The intricate design was unlike anything she had ever seen, the silver vines twisting and turning as if they were alive. It was as if the mirror was a living entity, a portal to another world. Despite Agatha's cryptic warnings, Clara couldn't resist and bought it. Agatha had told her that the mirror was not just an object, but a gateway, a bridge between worlds. She had warned Clara of the dangers of the spirits that resided within. But Clara, captivated by the mirror's beauty, dismissed the warnings as mere superstition. That night she hung it in her bedroom. The mirror seemed to fit perfectly, as if it had always belonged there. Clara felt a sense of satisfaction, a feeling that she had found something truly special. Little did she know her life was about to change forever. But the reflection, oh, the reflection, wasn't quite right. It showed her room shrouded in fog, shadows lurking where there should be none. The familiar surroundings took on an eerie quality, the shadows moving and shifting as if they had a life of their own. It showed her room shrouded in fog, shadows lurking where there should be none. The fog seemed to seep from the mirror itself, filling the room with an otherworldly presence. Clara felt a chill run down her spine, a sense of foreboding that she couldn't shake. Clara tried to dismiss it as a trick of her tired mind, but the whispers began. At first they were soft, almost imperceptible, like the rustling of leaves in the wind. But as the nights went on, they grew louder, more insistent, calling her to the mirror, soft at first, then louder, drawing her to the mirror each night. The whispers seemed to come from within the mirror, voices that spoke of forgotten secrets, of hidden truths. Clara found herself unable to resist, drawn to the mirror night after night. Figures appeared, blurred but familiar faces of friends and family, yet their smiles were hollow, their eyes empty. The faces seemed to float in the fog, their expressions twisted and distorted. Clara recognized them, but they were not the same. Their eyes were void of life, their smiles devoid of warmth. Driven by an eerie compulsion, Clara touched the glass. The surface was cold, almost icy, and as her fingers made contact, she felt a jolt of energy, a connection to the other side. The mirror seemed to pulse with a life of its own, drawing her in. The room darkened, and she found herself inside the mirror, facing a malevolent version of herself. The reflection was twisted, a dark and sinister version of Clara, with eyes that burned with an unnatural light. It was as if the mirror had captured her darkest fears, her deepest insecurities, and brought them to life. "Welcome," it whispered, stepping closer. The voice was her own, but twisted, distorted, filled with malice. The reflection moved closer, its eyes locked on Clara's, a predatory smile playing on its lips. Clara tried to scream, but no sound came. Her voice was trapped, her body frozen in place. The reflection reached out, its hand passing through the glass as if it were water. She was pulled in, her essence merging with the reflection. The sensation was overwhelming, a feeling of being torn apart and put back together. Clara felt herself being absorbed, her identity merging with the malevolent presence within the mirror. The new Clara, now free, roamed her life with a hollow gaze, fooling everyone. She moved through her days like a shadow, her actions mechanical, her expressions empty. Her friends and family noticed the change, but they couldn't quite put their finger on what was wrong. Weeks passed, and Clara's friends noticed something off. They saw the hollow look in her eyes, the way she seemed distant, disconnected. They tried to reach out, to understand, but the new Clara was a master of deception. She laughed at old jokes, but it wasn't her. The laughter was hollow, devoid of joy. It was as if she were going through the motions, playing a role that no longer fit. Meanwhile, the real Clara, trapped in the mirror, beckoned to anyone who dared look too closely. She was a ghost, a shadow, her essence trapped in a prison of glass. She reached out, her fingers pressing against the surface, her eyes filled with desperation. Are you brave enough to resist the whispering glass? The mirror still stands, waiting for its next victim, its next soul to ensnare. The whispers continue, calling out to those who dare to listen, to those who are drawn to the mysteries of the unknown. Will you be the next to fall under its spell, to be trapped in the reflection, forever lost in the haunting tale of the mirror?